back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. I want to take a moment to say welcome back to all of my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. A special thank you to everyone who has been subscribed since the very beginning. You guys are amazing. So thank you so much for your constant support of me, your friendship. And if you have recently subscribed, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for your support of me as well. And I hope that you keep coming back. If you're finding yourself here for the first time, however, we would love to have you join us. We have beautiful subscribers on this channel, a beautiful inclusive space where we support each other. So please pull up a chair, get cozy, and we'll have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather at my table. And I do pick a card readings on this channel. So if you're into that, then please stick around. Today's pick a card topic is all about October love predictions. So what's coming in for October in love, what changes in your love realm are happening in October. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 with the little pumpkin, pile number 2 with the pine cone, and pile number 3 with the orange gourd. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting today, and my timestamps are below as always. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1, and again today it's all about October love predictions. So what's going to happen for you in love in the month of October? Who's coming forward? What sort of relationship will that be? Or maybe you have a relationship that's deepening, so we'll see what's happening for you in love in the month of October. Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the cute little pumpkin. And you were drawn to the death energy. It's not something to be feared in tarot. Death is usually a rebirth, especially when I'm reading. It's a rebirth energy. But you may be coming from a dark place. You may be ready for a rebirth. You may be ready for a huge amount of change. And we can see that there's this sense of danger a little bit here in the background of the card. You can see that buzzard, but it's a reminder that nothing goes to waste. So whatever you've been through in love, it could be a reason and a season for everything, and you could be in for a big breakthrough in the month of October. So let's take a look here and see. So what's coming in the month of October, please, in love for pile number 1? Nine of Cups. That's a beautiful place to start. The Nine of Cups can indicate dreams coming true for you, wishes being granted. It's a very smug energy. There's the Empress. Here's the Six of Cups. It's coming out in the reversal. The Two of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune. Back of the deck is the Ace of Wands, and we have the King of Pentacles. And I'm going to clarify that with a separate deck here. What is happening in the month of October, please, in love for pile number 1? So we have the Star. So there's this sense of us holding out hope for something that may feel like it's a little bit beyond our grasp. And it could be a specific person that you're thinking about here that you've been focusing upon. We have the Six of Swords now flipping into the reverse position, along with the Three of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So everything's in the reversal here in the center of the spread. There's a sense of not being able to move on from an attachment from the past. And here's the Six of Cups again in the reversal. And it feels like somebody from your past that you long to reunite with, that you're still holding space for. And this could be causing a little bit of a stagnation in your love realm. You may find that things aren't moving in the direction that you want them to move, and you may feel stuck. It's kind of like we're frozen in time here with this Nine of Cups. We were so close yet so far away from what we wanted in the past, and so we're sort of frozen in place. Ten of Wands. The back of the deck is the Strength with the Eight of Cups. But Spirit says that October is bringing about a spark of inspiration for you, and it could come in the form of some sort of attraction that's going to steal your focus away from this really strong monopoly on your emotional realm, because the Six of Cups reversed multiple times says that what we're hoping for here, this reunion of souls, for instance, we're going to experience significant delays that are just going to further kind of stress us out, further infiltrate our emotional realm. It's just going to add more weight to the burden that we're carrying. And ultimately, Spirit says it may be time for us to shift our focus a little bit, because October is bringing in an opportunity for that. It's bringing in an opportunity for change, but because you are in the driver's seat, you have to choose if you want to enter into this new rebirth for yourself. They are saying that this attraction that's coming in for you in October, it could be strong enough to divert your attention from this past connection, because it's very, very tempting. This person coming in could be an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, potentially. Especially a strong emphasis on Aquarius energy, and they're attractive. You find them attractive enough that you're like, oh, this is tempting me to perhaps walk away from this expectation, to remove myself, or my energy in the very least, from expecting more, because they're holding space for something that could create an imbalance, or in the very least, it's creating a stagnation in your wheel here, in your wheel of fortune. And so Spirit wants this wheel back in motion. They say there's a sudden turn of events for you, especially towards the ending of October, that's going to bring in an attraction. But it's just a spark between you and this person. And so you have to find the strength to power through from these old attachments to execute the rebirth that's in store for you. But if you do, Spirit says you could be rewarded really, really greatly with the desires of your heart. And you may feel like all of your desires are wrapped up in a past situation, and you can't imagine yourself ever feeling fully invested in another situation the way that you're invested here. But Spirit is like, watch us work. Like, watch what we can do. Watch what you're capable of if you give yourself the allowance and the permission to move forward. They're excited about it because they say that this path could lead you to everything that you want. Some of you are perhaps looking into like the future, way ahead in the future, and hoping for children, hoping for abundance in that sense. And this path can lead you there, but it's going to take a detachment. It's going to take you sort of closing that chapter on the past. And it's an acknowledgement too that you haven't wasted any energy or time focusing on this connection. Every moment that you are sort of experiencing in the present means that you're meant to be in that moment. And so they say it's not going to go to waste. But if you look really closely in the very corner of this death energy, there's this moth and there's a little skull on it. And the skull is this transition and a grief associated with it as well. But it's also indicating the end of an addiction, you know, the end of a bit of an obsession, that this new opportunity is going to allow you to focus on this new build instead of the old construction zone that may be kind of tarped over for the moment. So they say you're in for some big, big changes, but you have to be the one to fuel that spark. So this ace, this attraction, we have to take action on it in order to see everything move forward. And it's going to really showcase you taking sort of a critical look at this situation and asking yourself, am I being realistic and hoping that this is going to come back around when I've experienced so many strong delays? It's like we're waiting for this person to come back for closure, and Spirit says that may not happen. And so it may be time for us to consider moving into a more fulfilling cycle for ourselves, because that's how we're going to align ourselves with the frequency of that beautiful Empress. We have here, find the lesson, discover the purpose of a situation, and trust that you're learning. And it was the 29 in the reverse, which is the justice energy. And it doesn't feel fair that this connection that you feel so strongly about hasn't come to pass, because it feels like soulmate energy. You feel like you're really attached to this person. So it may not feel like a fair situation for Spirit to ask you to spark a new interest and move forward, but it's about drawing the lesson out of that attachment in this moment, so that we can see the spiritual truth, so that we can align ourselves more closely to the frequency of that truth. We have here, I wonder what will happen next. Your higher self is stepping forward, saying, ready for adventure, precipice of change, and pause before action. And the pause is coming from you, because it's going to be your discernible decision on whether or not you want to follow that spark, whether you want to take it like the Olympic torch and run across with it, or whether you want to sort of allow emotion to put it out, because the emotion's coming in from the past. So your higher self is standing there, sort of guarding the veil, letting you know that there's something abundant coming in for you. And so, but they're acknowledging that you're going to have to make a decision, that you're going to have to pause before action and take that leap of faith into the unknown. But they want to remind you that it says you're not alone. You are not. It says there are not many like you. You are rare and free. And that's what they want you to turn your gaze toward. Instead of looking at this connection as something beautiful and special and secular, which it perhaps is. It's about perhaps suggesting and considering that maybe you were what made that connection special. Maybe you are the one who kind of fueled all of the importance into that connection. And so they want you to acknowledge that, that you're the rarity here, that you're the prize, and ultimately you deserve so much more abundance than what you're experiencing within the dynamics of this connection. October love predictions for pile number 1, please. We have here, appreciate this moment. It says, every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. They're encouraging us to take a moment to pause upon the lessons that we've learned that have brought us to a stagnation. And we also have be willing to express love to receive love. So be willing to kind of take action. That's the whole momentum of the Ace of Wands, is this action-oriented energy. They don't want you to be on the fence about this potential, because they say that it's just going to be fear. You may put on different masks. You may give yourself excuses as to why you're not acting upon it, but Spirit says it's all trickling down to fear. So be honest with yourself during that moment. It says, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. It's the star energy. And in this case, they're asking for patience, for that energy to clear out, for that emotion to clear itself out. It's not going to happen overnight. Even if you enter into a new relationship, for instance, some of those emotional reverberations are going to continue to affect you ultimately. But this is providing you an opportunity to work on that and to remove yourself more in a practical sense away from that attachment. Let's ask Spirit about this person. What can you tell me about this person coming in for pile number 1, please? Three of Swords. There's shadows of the past that are going to be infiltrating how you, it's almost like your heart space is going to be a little bit close to them a little bit at first. We have the Death energy though, which you were already drawn to in the Ace of Wands. We have the Three of Cups. There's a lot of fun associated with this person. So there's, you guys go out and have fun. There's also a friendship element to this. So this may begin in a friendship round first. And there's even a energy of like faking it until you make it, like not feeling really confident when you first embark upon this connection, but then really it starts to, your confidence starts to build and build and build. This person has a lot of energy. They're very energetic and they're very playful. They have a very playful spirit. They're very flirtatious. They're really attracted to you as well. But your higher self says that you're going to be a little bit guarded towards that heart space being open. You're going to be a little bit indecisive about committing in this realm, for instance, especially with an emotional, with some sort of a like emotional detachment. It's going to be difficult for you to kind of separate yourself from this attachment. That's why they say that it's a big deal. It's going to take a lot of strength. Back of the deck is the Three of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Ultimately, you could end up building with this person for someone. That may not happen for everyone watching because I am dealing with the collective, but this can be a growth energy where you end up ultimately committing with this person. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 1. October love predictions. What else can you tell me about October love for pile 1, please? The Four of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the Sun. Now, what I love about the Temperance is that at the end of that winding road is the beautiful sunshine. So there could be a Leo element to you. We also have the Strength energy, our Leo element to the person coming forward, but I do feel a lot of air elements to this person. Now there's this Four of Pentacles is sort of an attachment. It's like a hoarder mentality of not wanting to release. And they want you to know that they're not expecting you to release it emotionally completely before the cycle opens up. You say you don't have time to do that, but you're going to find more balance in this journey, and it's going to help you to detach ultimately. You're going to see the light here. There's clarity at the end of this road on this journey. Some of it's going to be a little bit delayed, but that's a self-inflicted delay a little bit because we are trying to temper out all of this expectation. We're trying to deal with this really strong attachment. But this is a relationship that has longevity that's coming in for you as well. Like you could be with this person for a long time, whether there's commitment with that or not. There's longevity here and happiness, ultimately, peace and happiness. We have the letter M and the letter K, and we have you versus you. We also have the secret. And we have the beating heart here, the telltale heart, the vulnerable heart. And that's, I feel like it's like your heart isn't even in your body. It belongs to someone else. It's like we've given that power away. And so it makes us feel very vulnerable to call it back or to ask for it back. We have the King of Wands. You could be focused on a fire energy at this time because there's the Queen of Hearts as well. So your investment could be towards a fire element. We have the High Priestess because your higher self is standing beyond that veil, telling you that there's change coming. We do have the Crown, and we have Made with Love, and we have a nickel from 2006 with a beaver on it. I think about May and the 5th of any month, so May could be significant for you as well. The Crown has a different meaning for me because I'm feeling a sense of position with your attachment, but I'm also sensing the ability to move forward into a very solid position with this new person as well in October. All right, pile one, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates, and I'm praying for you as you move forward into October. If it does resonate with you, even if you have to come back after October begins, I would love to hear your messages. I would love to get some words of encouragement back to you, so please drop your comments below. And if you do drop a comment below and you're subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit your notification bell and your like button so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I'm just waiting to hear back from my most recent winner, but then I will be drawing a new name as well, so be sure to hit your notification bell. You can also check me out for a personal reading if you feel called to, and that link is below on Etsy. But I hope that you come back for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the pine cone, and you were drawn to the sun card. And this is your reading, October love predictions. Now the pine cone's all about potential. You know, the squirrels eat it, they plant it. It's all about the potential. And then we have the sun. And look at even all the skulls on this card are smiling. So it's really talking about transition for you into the light, into something positive. So it could even be Leo energy coming in for you. But let's take a look and see. October love predictions for pile number 2, please. Seven of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. I keep hearing, I don't even know what movie it's from. I think it's from Tangled, where she sings "At last I see the light," and it's like the fog has lifted. We have the Eight of Swords. The Tower. And the King of Wands. Very strong Leo element here. We have the Ace of Swords and we have the Eight of Cups. Now let's take a look here at the clarifying cards. October love predictions for pile number 2. First of all, you're in for big change, and it feels very, very positive. You're moving away from difficult cycles. This acorn, you can see you started with the pine cone, but here's the acorn with the squirrel, and it's the squirrel that plants the pine cone too. And so you're in for a huge transformation, and it's permanent change as well. So the worst is behind you. If you've struggled in love, if you've been frustrated, if you've experienced a lot of delays and they are making you feel limited, Spirit says you're almost through. October is going to bring sort of a light in the darkness. The Six of Wands. Your guides are already screaming victory for you. They're already saying that you're victorious in love in October. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And honestly, I feel like for someone watching, you've been waiting for this breakthrough for a long time. Like you've been patient. Your patience is starting to wear thin. But that's why your higher self is stepping forward saying, don't worry, we're almost we're almost done. We're almost done with this period of delay, with this period of lessons. The 10 of Cups. And I love it because Spirit says the full spectrum is about to be revealed to you. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to meet your person in October and head to the altar in October. Obviously, it takes time to move from a place of frustration into the 10 of Cups. But we're talking about the beginnings. We're talking about permanent change coming in for you in October. You can't go back after that transformation, and you don't want to either. There's a focus, a drive in you. And this person coming forward is very fiery in nature. They're very focused. They could be an entrepreneur actually coming forward. They could own their own business of some sort. We have the Fool and we have the 4 of Swords. So if the 4 of Swords is a retreat energy, it's acknowledging this pain that you've been in. It's also acknowledging the rest period or the delay that you've experienced since you've struggled, and how perhaps you've even worked really hard on manifestation and you've worked really hard on keeping an optimistic outlook, and the delay is just becoming a little bit more than you can handle. Now, Spirit says it's about time to return to the world. It's about time to allow in this permanent change. And your higher self is saying not to restrict yourself, because you may have, as much as you want to manifest this, change is still scary. So as much as you want to manifest this, sometimes when we're presented with exactly what we've asked for, we hesitate because we make excuses as why we can't leap in that moment, because we're not ready. We don't feel ready. But there'll never be a perfect time where you feel 100% confidence. And so this leap of faith is critical to create this permanent change. And it's important this time around because there's a real sense of excitement and happiness and joy and celebration about this next chapter for you. It's starting in October. It's the doorway in October here. Very strong emphasis on Libra energy and Leo energy as well. But what I love about this is that this person ultimately, with investments, with time, with taking the practical steps to get ourselves there, obviously, we could end up being completely fulfilled because of the seeds that are planted in October, because of the leaps of faith that you take. And so they're just asking you for that one little outburst of energy, because they say that if you can, you're leaping into an unknown, but it's very sunny. It's very, very sunny, and it could be filled with even new positions, new commitments as well. Ultimately, the 10 of Cups talks about a fulfillment in every realm. After this Tower moment, after we spend time investing, it talks about fulfillment in the emotional realm. It can talk about family and children and just abundance in general. So they're very excited about all of the force and determination that you showcased in the past, and now they say that you're in for your reward. You're being rewarded. What can you tell me about this person coming forward in October for pile number 2, please? This person really loves to travel, and they are impulsive in that way. So they could just sort of at the drop of a dime say, let's just get in the car, let's go to this place for the weekend. Like they just like to be in motion. They could work in some sort of legal field potentially as well, if they aren't some sort of entrepreneur. And this is not for everyone. This isn't for everyone, but I just heard ex-copper. Do you know those situations where somebody used to be a police officer and now they help people get out of tickets? I just heard that. That's not for everyone. That's only for someone. But if it's for you, you'll know it when October hits. So they could have worked for the police force in the past, but I don't feel like they do that anymore. They're on the move now. King of Wands. They really love, they're very creative too. They really love to travel, and they're very, very creative. Also very attractive. This person is attractive, and I feel like they're unbothered by it. They know they're attractive, but they're unbothered by it. It's just a fact. That's what Spirit says. It's just a fact. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We also have here the Ace of Wands and the Devil as well with the Moon. You know, this person does sometimes overspend a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Spirit says because they travel so much, that's where a lot of their money goes as well. For someone watching, I feel like they're retired. I think there's a retirement energy here. And there's an emphasis on the law field. We have the Ten of Wands, but there's also an emphasis on commitments with this person. And we have the planning energy here with the Three of Cups. So there's this feeling of the unknown being a burden to you in this new connection, because this person may take their time to committing with you. They may take their time to get there because there's an emphasis on wanting to provide and wanting to provide a lot of coin. And so there's an emphasis on waiting and delaying that commitment, but don't let that delay bother you, because Spirit says they are still keen on commitment. October love predictions for pile number 2, please. What is coming in October for pile number 2? We have here dealings or relationship with a man. You could have dark hair. There's a speckle of gray in that hair too for someone who's, again, somebody who could be a little bit retired. That's not for everyone. We have apple, temptation will test you. This is a very sexual person, I will say. This person is very sexual. And I feel like they could be a little bit younger than you. We have the older woman card coming out, dealings or relationship with an older woman. There could be a slight age discrepancy. And we have arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. And this is a very focused person who wants to build upon their coin because they have goals. This is a goal-oriented person. They have goals. And I don't think they have enough coin to kind of execute all of their goals. So they are focused on building for themselves. A part of that is providing too. So that's the emphasis on why they perhaps delay the proposal, for instance, down the line. But this is down the line. Spirit doesn't want you to expect this in October. It's the beginnings. It's the doorway in October that can lead to permanent change if we invest and take the right steps with the Knight of Pentacles and are, focused on that commitment. We have here, choose love. You always have a choice, but make yours with love. And that's why Spirit says these doorways open up. But these predictions aren't because they're saying you have to enter into these things or that's just going to happen to you and you have no choice. That's why the Fool is here. The Fool starts the whole tarot journey. It's your leaps of faith that you have constant companions with your guides and angels. It's your leaps of faith that get everything in motion. So you have a choice and they want you to choose yours with love. Instead of from a place of fear, make your decision from a place of love instead of fear. And your higher self is going to try to nudge you in that moment. We also have here, have faith, trust in your faith in the situation and surrender to it. It's number 12. It can just perhaps be the key to the frustrations that you've been experiencing in the past. And back of the deck says, be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care. Number 45. And I do feel, especially if this person moves into the entrepreneurial realm, ultimately they'll perhaps need your support in that moment. October love predictions, please, for pile number 2. We have here, you are rare and free. There are not many like you. Number 38. That came out actually in pile number 1. But it's 38 is the number 11, which is a doorway, the Justice. Libra is very strong here. Libra energy is very strong. And we have here, never jam today. It says, promises that never come to be, empty words and not living in the now, number 35. And there's this cupcake energy. And it reminds me of this 8 of Swords. And so there could be something that is holding us in place. Old attachments, old situations that we've struggled with, that we've had a really difficult time detaching from, but we've had to power through because promises just weren't kept there. But we're carrying some of that, the expectation and that baggage into this next chapter of our relationship life. And so we really need to work on clearing out that clutter. We have shine bright like a candle. You will make it through this period. And there's, honestly, we just don't have very much long to wait. Spirit says that this is coming in October. And so this number 9 is about preparing for that, to shine bright so that we are no longer sort of stuck in this element in the present energy of stuckness, being stuck. I keep saying being stuck, which is really redundant. But it's like a prison of thought. It's overthinking that sends us here, that keeps us stuck. And that stops us from taking this leap of faith. So Spirit is just encouraging you to shine and find the force and the strength you need in that moment so that you can go into this new chapter of abundance and of clarity. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Oops. We have the Justice, Libra energy, very strong with this person. And the Justice too can speak to our positions that we hold, the positions we're about to hold in this new chapter of our life. Commitments can be represented there. The Eight of Pentacles. And also what Spirit just really wants to say about this next chapter in love for you is that it's going to shine a light on why you struggled, why all of these lessons were perhaps necessary. It's going to really help you to see the reasons why we have to go through certain cycles and through certain attachments. And it's going to help to have you surrender all of those insecurities and attachments as well. This new relationship is going to be an area where you can really work on your feelings of insecurity, because it provides a safe space. Because there's a very strong protective element with this person coming in for you too. They're very protective over you. And it gives you security that you may have not experienced in the past. But that's also going to it's also going to be a little bit of a challenge for you to weather, because you're not used to that type of support. So you may not even be looking for it sometimes, and it'll just be there. We have here the Rocking Horse, the Chariot energy. I think about the Six of Cups, and I think about attachments to the past that are keeping us in the past. We have the Siren, the Temptation. We also have here the Dolphin. There's something really interesting about this person's laugh, or they laugh a lot, or laugh really loudly. They like to tell a lot of jokes, so they're just a very energetic person. We have Sagittarius, we have the Moon, we have Butt, and the Butt is coming from you, from your hesitation, Spirit says, but we have the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So to get our Wheel of Fortune back into the upright and not feeling stuck in a rut, we have to stop making excuses as to why we can't leap. We have to just take that leap. And we have Palm Tree and Stability, and the future instability waiting for you in the unknown, and sweet results that await you because of the sacrifice of that leap that you're going to take. And we have the Guitar. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story in the comment section below, and I would love for you to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and hit your notification bell. And if you do so, please drop that comment so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading. You can also check out my Etsy link for a personal reading if you feel called to, and I have other links below there that you can check out as well if you feel called to. But I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you come back and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the little orange gourd and to the Wheel of Fortune. And this is your reading. October love predictions. What can you expect in love in the month of October 2022? The Wheel of Fortune is all about beautiful turn of events in your favor. This particular card in the Halloween tarot, he looks a little bit stuck on that wheel. It's like he's not in control. He's strapped to it. So you may feel like things have kind of been going kind of out of your control, or you feel stuck in a rut in some way. But there's an elephant up here turning the wheel. So there could be a good luck sort of streak coming in for you for October. So let's take a look at that. What is coming in for the month of October 2022 for pile number 3, please? Please take the messages as they resonate and leave behind those that do not feel right to you, with the understanding that energy is always in constant motion. What is coming in for pile number 2? We have the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Six of Wands. Actually put it like that so I can see it. The Empress. We have the Chariot, and we have the Hermit. Back of the deck is the World, and we have the Five of Wands. And I'm going to clarify that as I go forward here with a different deck. What is October 2022 bringing in for pile number 3 in regards to love? You know, there's this emphasis. Spirit keeps bringing my awareness back to what I said about luck here in October. And they keep talking about how there's no such thing. There's no such thing as luck. You will create your good fortune. We have here the Three of Swords. And there is this emphasis on how you have perhaps been a little bit, you feel like you've been stuck in a difficult cycle or an unlucky cycle. It's like stuck in a rut. There could even be moments in your past where you have been deceived or hurt very badly. There could be a lot of disappointment and pain in your past. But there's this like attachment issue potentially. We have the Queen of Swords, but you could be a air sign. You could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius energy. And the Queen of Swords is saying enough is enough. She's saying enough is enough. I'm no longer stuck on this wheel. I'm getting myself back in motion. There's a force within you that's going to create momentum for you in October in love, because this Five of Wands is talking about determination to power myself out of this holding pattern, because it's a reflection card with the Seven of Pentacles. And there is the Nine of Swords. So there's something that is holding your attention, or you're ruminating about, or you're thinking about in cycles. Could be a person, potentially a painful cycle that has stopped you in your tracks a little bit. But October, things are turning around for you. There's movement. There's more focus. There's more authority being shown in your own experience. And we have the King of Wands. So you could have a fire sign coming in for you, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius coming in for you. And it's this attraction, and I feel like the two of you are very opposites, but there's also something really, it's like you're mutually very attractive in the physical sense. Like there's something very attractive about this person, and it could be their confidence that you feed off of. And it's honestly, if I'm honest with you, Spirit says it's not even real confidence. They're just pretending to be confident because you are intimidating them because they find you so attractive. But their confidence that they're feigning is enough to give you, it's enough of a focus and an attraction to take your awareness away from the past. And it gives you the confidence to say, you know what, I am enough. I'm going to create really strong boundaries from those past attachments and those things, those desires that I've been holding, wishing energy over. It's like I've been holding all of my eggs in one basket. But this is a new emotional start. So this is a new person coming in. So it's not a past person returning. This is a brand new emotional beginning for you. And it's fueled by this really strong attraction with this person. There are some elements of similarities here to pile 2, because there's a very strong fire element. On the floor, we have the 10 of Cups. Back of the deck, we have the 4 of Cups, and we have the King of Swords. Now, this King of Swords seems to be, this could be a person again, seems to be, there's the 10 of Wands, the burden that we're carrying. The burden, they make us feel vulnerable. Past situations that make us feel vulnerable, that make us feel almost like we can't move forward. It's almost like somebody who's had authority over us. And I almost feel like someone has experienced someone who has like been gaslighting you, or a narcissistic energy coming in, where they really, it's almost like a hypnotized energy where they manipulated the situation, which stole our focus. But not anymore, because there's a sense of you taking back authority, calling your energy back and transmuting it into strength and confidence. And it's this person's, this new person popping in that kind of helps push that strength chariot. It helps to push that chariot in the right direction, helps to ground your energy away from this desire. And honestly, this desire is rife with disappointment that you've experienced with this person anyway, and back to a focus of let's plan together, let's build upon where we're at. And now the Hermit here is being supported by the 10 of Cups, which is really exciting, because although October is bringing in this new emotional beginning with this person, and it does take time and investment and patience to get from the Ace to the 10, that's where it could be headed with the practical steps. If we take those baby steps, if we keep pushing forward with this chariot, that's where this could take you, which is a beautiful turn of events from where you've been. It's a huge deviation from where you've been. So you will come to understand why this situation perhaps didn't work out, because there's a lot more support over here on this end. And this situation with this King of Swords really made you feel helpless and stole your focus and stole your sense of control over your own situation. And now this Queen, again, complete combatant to the Four of Cups. She's completely bypassing that energy. She says, I am capable. I'm not helpless. In fact, I'm going to cut people, places, and things out that aren't serving me anymore. I'm making space because you're aligning with this beautiful frequency of the Empress. There's so much abundance associated with her. She's beautiful, she's abundant, she's smart, she's creative, she's sensual. And that's what this new relationship is going to make you feel. It's going to make you feel so much abundance. It's really going to help give you the determination to power through here, to choose a different path for yourself. October love predictions, please, for pile number 3. We have rest and relaxation is essential, number 42. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. You may not even feel like you're ready for another chapter in love. You may feel some sort of exhaustion associated with that attachment from the past. It says appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. And so they say that even though you may not feel, you may have some boundaries up where you're like, I'm not really ready for this. I want to stay sort of single. I want to play the field. It doesn't matter. Spirit says opportunity knocks when they feel a shift in you, and they feel that shift. So opportunity is knocking. You don't have to enter into it. It is absolutely your choice to make that discernible decision, but they are nudging you forward away from old designs. Back of the deck says miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. And it's number 13. It's talking about the precipice of change and how we're closing one chapter so that we can open up another chapter. And even the old chapter that we're closing, even if it was filled with disappointment, it was still filled with truths. It was still filled with lessons, and we can take that with us. So there's something that we can draw upon, even negative situations, because they forge strength within us. And sometimes that's the strength that we need to push our chariot to move forward out of that situation in the first place. October love predictions for pile 3, please. We have here, use your time well, make every moment count, number 24. It was coming out reverse. It's the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, and I always think about a lack of direction with the Cheshire Cat. And there's also something enigmatic about the smile and about something like an attachment. It's like somebody who, it's almost like a magical attachment that they have over you, or it's like, again, it's like hypnotism. I don't know why that keeps coming forward. It's this hypnotic type of attachment. But it's about using your time well and taking advantage of the opportunity that will present. Because as I said, when we give these readings, it's not about Spirit directing you on what's going to happen to you. It's about giving you the option of saying, this is what's coming forward. You have the choice in this opportunity to take that leap of faith or to not. And if you do take that leap of faith, you'll be rewarded with the success, with the world, with movement, with your wheel back in motion, and good luck will be on your side. But they're not going to force that. So they're nudging you to take advantage of the opportunity as it presents, because it won't be dangled forever. Because there's a lot at stake. There could be a lot of growth here. So we have here, manage to be glad, number 43, create your own happiness regardless of conditions. Because Alice is holding on to skunks, which is a reminder to us that sometimes some struggles that we have to power through, it stinks. We're not trying to glorify the past. It's about sometimes things suck. Sometimes people are sucky to us. Sometimes things just don't work out. But when we can acknowledge that and we can pull our awareness away from the emotional attachment and see the critical truth, which the Queen of Swords is excellent at, of sort of detaching yourself from the emotion for a moment, just to look at the discernible truth, to make that choice, then we can power through with determination. Back of the deck, and they're flipped over, but back of the deck says, such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, and then coming home. And that's the Hermit in the future position. So this new emotional start is affording you that option to ground yourself, to make plans for the future with this person. To make plans with this person. So it's starting in October, and the seeds are being planted, and this person's going to make you feel like a queen. Like they are going to prioritize you. They are going to like flood you with attention that you have not received in this past situation. And it's going to give you It's going to give you the awareness, the truth, and the aha moments that you need to look back at this and realize how much less, even how much less like abundant that looks. It's not even going to look the same to you when you look at it through a different scope after this movement. Pile number 3, please. October love predictions for 2022. We have here lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. It's a reminder to remember who you are, that this isn't your first rodeo, this isn't your first time around. And so you can draw upon even the strength and the courage and the wisdom from your past lives as well. Your higher self can help you access that. We also have the Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential and bringing unconscious into light. Now the Ace of Cups is just the spark, right? When we talk about the aces, it's the very beginnings, it's the baby stages, and it needs to be cared for in the baby stages. It needs care. And so it's really about bringing this opportunity into the full amount of potential that it has. And this potential has a lot of weight behind it. The Ten of Cups is nothing to balk at. That's exactly what we're all searching for, is emotional abundance, security, the full spectrum, sometimes children if you're heading in that direction, for instance. So this is the seeds being planted in October, but it carries a lot of weight of potential because there's potential for investments, there's potential for commitments here. Back of the deck says you're being called, says it's time to step up. Soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. Can you tell me about October love, this person coming forward? What can you tell me about October's person? We have chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. Pile 3. We have here clouds, temporary problems. It's coming even in the reverse. And it's like a cloud of judgment. It's like this feeling of helplessness, but it's just temporary because Spirit does see you taking that leap of faith. We also have pineapple, reconciliation reversed. So if there is this sense of holding patterns, if you are holding out hope for some sort of return from this King of Swords, ultimately, Spirit says that may not be in the cards, for instance. That may not be the momentum that we're heading towards in the future. But we have happiness and well-being, and there's a reason for that, because that may not have been the place where you could experience this happiness, this well-being, this turn of events in your favor. And they want that for you because you deserve it. We have here success assured with good plans and hard work. And the egg I love for this because that's the ace. That's the Ace of Cups. That's the potential. It holds so much weight, but we have to care for it. This little egg is so delicate. It's in a soft bed of hay right now, or in a soft nest. And that's what the Hermit's job is to assure that good plan and hard work, those practical steps towards abundance. I will say that I do feel like you'll be traveling with this person as well on this adventure. You may even end up moving with this person ultimately, not in October. You may actually go on a little trip with them in October, but just a mini trip. And you may end up ultimately moving a couple of times with this person. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 3. Advice for pile number 3 for October love predictions. One out of the bowl. We have the 8 of Cups reversed. We have the High Priestess, and we have the 6 of Cups. You know what's interesting is that this High Priestess and 6 of Cups, I think in pile 1 there was a very similar even position with the small cards in the bowl. So there may be something waiting for you there. But this 8 of Cups in the reverse is talking about finally coming home. Finally coming home. It's like we thought that perhaps this was our home base, the 6 of Cups, but it's on its side, so it's not a realistic expectation at this point, or we're putting too much force behind that old attachment, because now our higher self is trying to bring our awareness to the true home base, the true position that we're meant to take, or the true position of abundance that is waiting for us. So they're encouraging us to sort of return to reality, return to our home base, ground ourselves so that we can make that choice to take that leap of faith when it presents. because it's just an opportunity, and we have to be the ones to walk through that doorway. We have the Holy Bible and the two hearts. So I think about attachments. I think about commitments as well. I think about Christian religions too. We have the elephant. We had the elephant in your card. So good luck is on your side. The Knight of Swords, air energy. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It's also a movement energy. The Knight of Swords doesn't wait to ask questions. He sees an opportunity. He has his truth or his version of it for the moment, and he charges in with it regardless. We have a group of bananas. I think about abundance with the group of bananas, even financial abundance in your future. We have the letter V, and we have scissors with the Queen of Swords. And that's the problem. You could be that air element, as I said, and she's not afraid to make hard cuts and to make hard decisions. But there is still this fear of completely detaching. You know, it's like an inability to commit to opening up my heart space entirely because I'm afraid of losing something from back here. We have a commitment or a commandment from the Bible that says, I am the Lord thy God. And there is something for someone watching, not for everyone, but with this attachment to the past, an old attachment, there's something about this person that they were very, it's like they were, it's like they used confusion. It's like they emotionally manipulated a little bit, and they kind of put themselves in this position of authority or of like their truth is the truth, or their truth is the gospel, for instance. They could have even been perhaps somebody who is really preachy a little bit with the Bible, somebody who has all their own opinions and they're sure that their opinion is right. So take that, and that's in the past. That's not the person coming forward. But also the Holy Bible with the two hearts can really talk about commitment as well in the future. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section, even if you have to come back. And I would love for you to subscribe to the channel by hitting your notification bell, your like button, all of your buttons. It helps me to bring you guys more content. And I have a link below for Instagram for a chance to win a free mini read on occasion, but also I have a link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you come back and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage.